Let me ask one thing here. First of all, why you think you're changing careers, right? Because a lot of people tell me they're changing careers and they're actually not changing careers. They're just gonna just doing something a little bit different. So from which career you're talking about to which career you want to move?
Not it's not exactly changing careers, but okay. I think the main question is more related. Okay, I'm more than 40, so the thing is
Hmm.
more like related. Okay, I'm doing the same thing for a long time. I'm
Uh-huh.
not considering changing nothing at this moment, but I'm considering adding new things. Like, is
Hmm.
the question is too late to start working on data science?
No, that question is easy. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's never too late, right? So let me talk about this. For example, right? I'm not too much for TV or movies, anything like that. But I don't know. Like 2 years ago, one of like a major uh, actor in Brazil died. Right? I don't remember his name, right? But major actor, everyone knows him, and of course I did know him. I have seen videos and movies with him. But when he died, you're telling about his story, right? And he actually, he died with 80 something years, right? And he actually only started acting when he was 70, right? So no, it's not, and he became one of the best actors in Brazil, right? So no, it's never too, no, it's not too late. I guarantee you. Now, you want to go to data science, right? So what do you do now that you're doing for too long that you're tired?
It's not that I'm tired because I think I'm a system specialist. Okay, so I support the systems. I changed some a little bit this late years,
Mm-hmm.
but what that's not. I'm tired. I really enjoy,
Okay,
love what I
cool.
do,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to add the data science skills
Mm-hmm.
role. Suddenly, I see myself like over 40, almost 50, and I see a lot of people with a lot of energy that is just finishing college. And okay, how am I going to compete with these people? They are so young, so full of energy. Okay, this was 20 years ago for me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this is the most thing. I want to add the skill set that data science provides in the
Mm-hmm.
job I do today. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not exactly a change, but it's an adaptation.
Okay, so
But
can you tell me a little bit when you say you're a system specialist and you support systems? Are you talking about that what kind of system? Just so I understand what you do.
SAP systems. I've been
Okay,
an SAP specialist for 20
cool.
years. So
All
in
right,
this,
so you're asking. Okay, that's a lot better. That's more clear. So you're asking. So do you do development or you do more like consulting?
no, I support the systems. I keep the environment running for the developers to work. So
Awesome. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so now I know what you're doing. Okay, good. So now let me just I just want to talk about some of the things that you mentioned here. Now, everyone else, if you have any questions, go ahead and write on the chat, right? And then but right now, Adriana, you're gonna have a free one-on-one consulting conversation here, right? So first of all, Adriana, let me tell you this. Um, you know, you said that, oh, because I'm more than 40, and then there's all those kids coming out of college. There's no comparison between you and them, right? If you're 40 years old, you have at least 20 years of experience, right? Maybe more. And that they were working with different things. So you're not someone out of the college, right? You're not. You're much, you have a lot of experience. You have done a lot of things. You know how to solve problems. You know how to discuss with customers. You know how to make trade-offs. You know how to learn, right? I mean, you are way, way, way ahead of who you were 20 years ago, right? So yeah, so no, all the excitement, it's not a problem at all, right? So now you are in a different situation, okay? So don't worry about that. And I'm telling about this. So just so you know, for example, I just helped a mentee of mine, right? Her name is Mary, and she was from the health industry, right? She was not technical, not programmer, never had done anything in software development before, and we worked with just a few months, right? And she went from being on the health industry to actually to be a, I think she's kind of a biologist or something like this from the health industry to become a data scientist, right? In just a few months, right? So yes, everything that you did in your life can help you out. Data science is a skill, right? A new skill that you can acquire, that you can think about. Think about, for example, I'm not gonna, I don't even know ages here, right? But I have a good friend of mine, Fabienne Nardon, right? That she is well known as one of the top data scientists here in our industry, right? And she's probably about, she's younger than I am, right? So she's probably about your age, maybe. And just a few years ago, there's no data science, right? And so she became a data scientist after she was 40, right? So the answer to that question is yes, right? So don't compare yourself to young people out of the university. That's not who you're competing with, right? You're competing with yourself, Adriana, way more than you're competing with anyone else. Okay. So with that said, right, this framework, this vision framework out of the way, what I want to tell you is that, you should do today, right? You're doing SAP, right? SAP is a huge system that has a lot of data, right? A lot of data, right? And every company that uses SAP has huge amount of data, either inside SAP or all the other systems, because you're talking about large companies that have large needs, that have lots of data. So basically, Adriana, there's no reason why you cannot just use your skills that you already have, your contacts, your friends, your customers, your company that you work for, whoever it is, to actually get you into the discussion of data science, right? There's no problem. You can definitely learn the basics of the skills and be ready to start applying those skills to what you do right now, right? So I would recommend you to pursue that. If that's something that you want to do, that is an awesome skill to have. It's an awesome knowledge to understand. Now, let me ask you this. You said that this was 2 years ago, right? So since 2 years ago, have you been learning data science? Have you been studying? Are you interested in this? Are you participating in things? What are you doing right now in terms of data science?
Well, I started doing an MBA for data science. So
cool, right? Okay.
That's go good. For the head, right. The top, but I learned some things. But mostly, I'm trying to store information. As I said, I'm doing my job today. I'm working as an architect in SAP and other things. So I love this. I'm not planning to change that, but I want to add the data science skills there. Yeah. Because, as I said, there's a lot of data there where we are, so we can use that. So, but the things were like just seeing that I can use that skills, and I'm trying to join the TDC. There's a track for data science, so obviously I can get a lot of information, a lot of things here. So I think just looking for information, try to understand how I can find the opportunities to apply these skills. I think that's the key thing.
Right. So the most important thing you have to understand is that, it's not looking for opportunities outside where you are, right? It's actually looking for the opportunities where you are right now, right? And so, and there's a huge amount of opportunities everywhere, right? So, let's say your company does not want you to do anything. You don't have access to the data of the customers. There's nothing like this, right? But you do have access to your data. You have access to the things that you work on, for the things that you do, for the problems that you solve, right? So, just start looking at what you do and start thinking about, okay, so if I had, what can I do with the information that I have, right? What can I do with, I don't know, the information of how many hours I'm working, or the information of how many, all the problems that we had in the project. What can I do with the information with all the issue trackers? The issues that were open in our issue tracker. Find things around you that would make your work better, that would make your work easier, that would make your customers happier, right? Try to look for problems near you where you can apply little things about data science, right? Look for tools that you use that maybe those tools could be better, or those tools are already using something, right? Because I'm sure SAP have tools to handle data, to search information on data, right? So what if I could, I could use those tools to do a little bit, right? Because you don't need to do a lot, right? You want to show the world, right, that data science, that you're applying those skills, that you have the skills. And as you said, for example, yes, I'm looking for a lot of knowledge. Knowledge, it's not important, right? Adriana, what's important, what makes a difference is the skill, right? Like you said in the beginning, that's a new skill that I'm gonna acquire, right? So basically, what you do is that you want to start applying that skill. So think about how can you apply that skill in small things, right? If you can't find places inside your company, find ideas that are outside your company, right? Find ideas that are for example, I don't even know, I don't even know, I'm going to say names of companies here, but on the keynote this morning, right, there's a guy, a good friend of mine, right, that they're going to do a workshop about data science, right? Big data and data science, where they're going to analyze, right? It's going to be like a full day or 2 days, something like this. There's going to be a 2 days workshop where you're going to analyze, right, the data from Formula One, right, the race cars, right? So they're going to analyze real data from Formula One, and they're going to spend like one full day doing this, like completely free, right? So so you just go there to the Oracle booth, right? So you search for Lucas, and you say, Lucas, Bruno told me that you guys going to do this Formula One workshop, and I want to do that. I want to be part of this, right? So you should go and find places where you can apply things, right? Do small projects, do small work, right? Work on open source projects. Take a look at important information that your customers need, that your company need, right? Find anything that you can apply what you know, because you're doing an MBA already, right? So you have the knowledge, right? So so it's not like oh yes, and by the way, compared to your question in the beginning, you said, yes, there's all these people coming out of the university, so excited and so happy and full of energy, but none of them have an MBA, right? None of them, right, have an MBA. They're just out of university, right? None of them have 20 years of experience and an MBA in data science, right? So you just use that, right? Adriana, you're doing awesome. You're doing great.
Yeah, I think it's more about that imposter syndrome that talks about like we know things, but we are afraid of the things. So yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's so let me ask one thing. A lot of people tell, oh yes, how to overcome imposter syndrome, or how to do I have imposter syndrome? So let me see if you do have imposter syndrome, really, right? So right now in your work, right? Do you have the impression that you have no idea what you're doing, and that you're just faking, right? And then at some point, someone is going to come to you and say, Adriana, I just realized you don't know anything, so I think you should be doing this. I think you're going to be fired. Do you have that fear? Do you have that impression?
Well, that person, no, I don't have that impression, but I'm a perfectionist. So I'm
Good.
always
All right. So that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a different thing. So it's okay. So you don't have imposter syndrome, right? It doesn't look like, from everything you're telling me, right, so far, it didn't look like, right? So that's why I asked you this very specific question. It doesn't look like you have imposter syndrome, right? Because that is what imposter syndrome is. Now, are you afraid of doing new things? That's not imposter syndrome, right? Are you afraid to experiment new things? That is not imposter syndrome. When you're learning something, do you doubt that you are able or not? That's not imposter syndrome, right? So it's not, right? Imposter syndrome is the impression that you have that someone's going to find out that you are an imposter, right? So for me, I only see two options in our career, right? Either we're doing the same thing every day, right? We might love it, but it's the same thing. So we know everything about it, right? we work, we just do similar things every day, and we know exactly what we're doing, right? And that's one situation. And then we're bored, right? Because, man, I only do the same thing for years, right? Or because we are in a creative industry, right? The software development, computer technology in general is a very creative industry, right? Consulting, like you're doing, right? Solving problems, maintaining the systems up, right? That's a very creative situation, because things can come up. They're not normal, right? So things can come up that we have to be creative to solve those things, right? So because of that, we don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm learning a new technology. I'm always having to solve a different problem that I have never seen before, right? And if on that situation, right, we're going to be very excited. Like, yes, I'm doing new things, right? I'm learning new stuff. Everything's challenging. And if you are in that situation, you're going to be doing things that you don't know, right? So you have to learn fast. You have to do things fast. And that's when people think they have imposter syndrome, right? So so either you're bored because you're doing the same thing over and over and over, or you have imposter syndrome, right? So you choose which one you want to do. Do you want to be bored, or do you want to have imposter syndrome? That's okay. Either one is good, right? But you have to face one of them anyway, right? So I don't think you have imposter syndrome from what you told me, but in the whole thing about doing new things, and you're afraid of doing new things, you're worried about doing new things, you have, some measure of fear. That's normal. That's very, very normal. That's how our brains work. So don't worry. That's not a problem. Make sense? No, you're clicking too fast. Just click and wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I told they earlier today, technology hates me. So yeah, no, I click in the okay. No, but
Yes.
it's okay. No, these are some thoughts that happen to me. Like I said, I like what to do. I'm really excited what to doing, but there's some doubts like that happens, and there's a lot of people, women especially, talking about, oh, I'm old. So this has just occurred to me, but it's like it's nice to hear your thoughts on that, to understand. Okay, it's just okay. Put the big face there, and okay, go for it.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So Adriana, actually, let me just kind of say, does anyone else have any questions, right? Because we only have a few more minutes here. So, but my conversation with, no, don't go away. My conversation with Adriana is totally awesome here, right? So I want to talk about what you just said there. My conversation with her is totally awesome, but I want to give everyone else a chance to ask a question, because we only have 9 minutes now. Adriana, let me tell you this. If you don't know how to do those things that we just talked about here, if you don't know how to advance, right? One of the things that I'm doing after TDC is that I'm having conversations, career conversations with people, right? So usually I'm going to tell you the question that I usually ask, right? So first of all, how is your English? Your English is awesome. You're here having a conversation with me. You have no problem with your English. So that's already the answer, right? The second thing that I see a lot with people is that they're starting their career. That's not your case, right? You have many years of experience, so that's not your case. And then the third thing that I try to find out is what's going on, right? So what's the biggest problem that people are facing, and so for us to really think about those problems that we're talking about here, sometimes it's better to have a conversation. So if you want to do that, Adriana, my suggestion to you is that I'm going to do the following, Adriana. I'm going to say, do you have in your profile your Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter and LinkedIn.
All right. So let me see here. Okay, so here I can see your full, yes. All right, so here I'm going to do, Adriana. I'm going to send you a message on LinkedIn, right? So if you want to have a conversation about your career, that we can actually talk about all those things, we can talk about your next steps, right? And we can make a plan for you to do the next steps. If you're willing to do that, I'm gonna send you a link for you to register for a conversation like this. Would you be interested in having that?
Sounds good. Yes. Like mentoring and career conversation are always good. So
All right, good. Okay, so let me do this. I'm just gonna say hello here on Twitter. Oh, I'm not actually. You know what? That's not my computer, so it doesn't help that I'm clicking on your profile. How about you send me a hello on Twitter, right? So I'm BR Java Man on Twitter. Just just ping me there and say, hey Bruno, I'm Adriana. We talked about, I want to have a conversation with you, and then I'll send you a link for each schedule. How about that? Is that good?
sounds good. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, good. All right. So let me see here. Last minute, guys. Do you have any more questions? Anything else you want to discuss, Adriana? Because looks like we're not even gonna have time for any other conversation here. So let me see here. Vania, do you have any questions? Manuela, do you have any questions? Adriana, oh, Adriana's here for me. João, any questions? Alexandre, Marcelo, Gabriel, Adriano. There's two Adrianos here. Awesome. Oh, there's an Adriana and Adriano. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, before I end here, I'm just going to put my link again for my book, right? So if any one of you wants to receive a free book where that's a very interesting book because it's a very short book and has very little information in the book. The whole book is designed to help you take action and think about the most important thing. Oh, Adriana already left. Thanks a lot, Adriana. It was great to have you here. Oh, she just turned the camera off. Okay, no problem. So, so if you want to do that, download the ebook, and then you're going to receive an email from me. So you're going to have my contacts, and we can, so I can help you out on your career. So that could be an awesome thing for you guys to do. And so the whole idea of this ebook is to ask you the right questions, so so you can overcome what we call limiting beliefs, right? Limiting beliefs are those beliefs that you have, that they're real, they're true, right? But that prevent you from advancing, right? So there are things that you believe, they're true things that you believe, but because you believe in those things, you're not advancing, right? So that ebook is going to help you overcome your limiting beliefs. That ebook is going to help you think about your future, exactly what you want to happen, and help you make a plan for you to get there where you want. Okay. So, we just have 4 more minutes here. I'm not sure if any of the coordinators is going to show up. So I saw some people joining in. So, if anyone want to have a question, that's the last moment, right? So, and another thing I want to say, right? A lot of the Brazilians that might be here, right? A lot of Brazilians that are here, they are able to listen to English, because that's why they're here in the career track, right? But they're still very worried that their English is not very good because they can't speak very well. And that's why we released it earlier today. We released it what we call the Inglesometro, right? So if you're interested in having more clarity on how good your English is and what is preventing you from advance in terms of your English, right? So, for example, Adriana, speaks awesome English, right? So she has nothing to worry about. She does not even need to do the stats here because everything is great for her, right? But if anyone else wants to take a look at how your English is and how you can do that, you can experiment on the inglesometro.com.br, right? And so I see Arthur here with us. Hey, Arthur, we just have like 2 more minutes. You want to ask a question really quick? I see here there's a question on the question and answer. Bruno, what are the websites where the lady has wrote her journey of starting coach to open her? Oh, yes, that's a great story, Joan. Yeah, that's good, man. So that is Jennifer DeWalt, right? So actually, I can just kind of do this real quick. Jennifer DeWalt, right? And she created a project called 180 websites or days of code, I think. Yeah. Days of code, I think, right? All right. So that's here. Jennifer DeWalt, right? That's 180 websites in 180 days. How I learned to code, right? So you don't have, the first link that show up is going to be her website, right? So, but what you really want, you want the second one here. That's where she explains her, right? Explains what she did. So just so you guys know. So João, how can I help you, man? How can I help you in your career? Tell me. So just Jennifer DeWalt, right? So she was let me see here. There's a blog post here where that's not the one. I thought it was a blog post here. So yeah, no, there's a blog post where she explains that. That's not the one here. So she's an artist, right? My background is fine art. There's another. I was drawn to art because it provides a platform for exploring how people communicate, interact, right? So in the past, I used sculptures and drawings, right? So that's the point. So she was a sculpturist, right? She was an artist, and she went from artist to being a developer and open her own company, right? As a software developer, and she went up to become a founder of a Y Combinator startup, right? Oh, that's the blog here. That's the blog I was talking about here. So yeah, that's the story here. You take a look at the blog, right? So I really think that you should take a look and see what she did, right? So it's awesome story. And oh yeah, so anyway, that's an awesome story. You can take a look here. How beautiful. Yeah, I think that's the one here. Okay, yes, that's the one I was looking for. Yeah. All right. So that's her, right? She's doing an art performance right here, right? So she went from being an artist all the way into becoming a startup founded by Y Combinator, right? So that's awesome. So I really think in 180 days, right? Okay. That's great. Okay. So João says, I'm always great to hear from you, Bruno. I have recently moved to a new team in the same company that's totally located in the US, right? Due to COVID, I don't know in person how to create bonds with the team virtually. Okay, that's a great question, João. And so let me just tell you, everyone here from the organization, right? So I think that my time is up, right? So, but maybe I have like 5 minutes for the new talk. I don't know when the new talk starts, right? So you guys let me know when I should stop, and I will stop. Okay. So, all right. So João, one thing I'm going to tell you is that, okay, so is Marcelo the new speaker, right? Hey, Marcelo, are you the next speaker?
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
What time do you start? Right now, 5 p.m.
No, 4 minutes from now, 5 and 5 p.m.
5:05. Okay, so there, I have enough time to. Okay, I didn't say the next. Okay, so I have enough time to answer João, and then I'm gonna answer João and leave. Okay, Marcelo, don't worry.
By all means, go for it, dude.
Okay.
All yours.
So yeah, let me stop sharing my screen here. So João, what you need to do, right, is that you need to have conversations with people. The only way for you to create bonds is to have conversation, right? So go out of your way to talk with people, right? So invite them for a one-on-one conversation. Invite them to discuss some kind of project. Do small presentations talking about technology. Find ways to have conversation with people, right? Volunteer to help on initiatives. Volunteer to help people on something they're doing. Volunteer to mentor people, right? So if there's something that someone else in the team doesn't know, volunteer to help them on mentoring that. Find ways to have one-on-one conversation, right? So for example, the thing that I just did here with Adriana, right? That is amazing, right? Because now Adriana knows me, I know Adriana, where we can have a conversation, right? Even the thing that we're doing here, Marcelo is just waiting for his talk, right? But the fact that we are here, and that is bonding, man. So what you need to do is have conversation with people. So the more you can, the better. But that's my suggestion, right? every time that you volunteer your time to help other people, you make you make that connection stronger, right? So go mentor people, go help with them on initiatives, go volunteer for things. That's what you should do. Make sense, João? All right. So, all right. So yes, go do that, right? Go, if I were you, João, I would do weekly presentation technology into your company, right? So like you say like 20 minutes presentation every week about a topic, and invite everyone that want to hear about that topic. Ask people what topics they want to learn, what topics they want to discuss, right? You can present things about the project and present things about the technology you guys are using. You can do, if that's what I would do immediately, João. Just get in front of your colleagues, right? Another thing you can do, and I can invite everyone to do that, is to participate with your colleagues in a why discovery workshop, right? So it's a great moment for us to share stories with each other and participate in that. So we did a why discovery workshop right before TDC. We're gonna do another one. It's still in December, right? So if you want to do that, you can always download my ebook, and I'm gonna send you information about how to join that workshop, right? So I'm just gonna put my ebook here on the screen really quick, and then Marcelo can speak. So is there someone here? Adriana, are you introducing Marcelo?
Yes, I am.
Yes, okay, good. So Adriana is part of the team here. All right, so download my ebook, and thanks very much, Marcelo. Thanks a lot, Adriana. It was great to be here with you, and awesome that you guys are running here the career track. Thanks a lot. See ya.
Okay.